I never thought I would be the one to catch someone I loved in a lie. My girlfriend and I had been together for 3 years, and I trusted her completely. Lately, though, something felt off. She was distant, distracted, and constantly glued to her phone. I tried to ignore it at first, convincing myself it was just stress from work. One evening, I accidentally saw messages on her phone. At first, I thought I was misreading them, but as I read further, my heart sank. She was meeting another man behind my back. The betrayal cut deeper than anything I had imagined. I felt a mix of anger, sadness, and disbelief. I confronted her immediately. She tried to deny it at first, but the evidence was undeniable. I looked at her and realized that nothing she said could justify what she had done. In that moment, I made a decision I never thought I could. I walked out. Walking away wasn't easy. My mind was spinning with questions. How long had it been happening? Did she even care about me at all? But deep down, I knew staying would mean accepting betrayal. And I refused to do that. My self-respect mattered more than anything. The next few days were a whirlwind. Friends reached out to check on me, and I poured my feelings into writing and exercising. Anything to process the pain. Surprisingly, leaving her gave me a strange sense of relief. I wasn't living a lie anymore. I had chosen myself first, and it felt empowering. Then, out of the blue, she reached out. Her message was simple: "Can we talk?" I ignored it at first. I wasn't ready to face her, and honestly, I didn't know if I ever would be. But curiosity and a lingering part of my heart eventually made me respond. We met at a cafe, a neutral place, somewhere safe. She looked nervous, almost guilty. She started to apologize, her voice trembling. She said she had made a huge mistake, that she regretted everything, and that she still loved me. But hearing her words wasn't enough to undo the damage. I stayed silent for a while, just observing her. I realized that love isn't enough when trust is broken. You can't build a future on lies. I told her honestly how hurt I was, how betrayed, and how walking away was the only choice I could make to protect myself. Her reaction shocked me. She tried to manipulate the situation, crying and pleading, but I stayed firm. I didn't yell or scream. I just explained that my decision wasn't about punishment. It was about valuing myself enough to leave someone who didn't respect me. Walking away had already started to change me. I felt stronger, more confident, and surprisingly lighter. The pain was there, yes, but it was accompanied by clarity. I realized that sometimes the hardest decisions are also the most freeing. In the weeks that followed, I focused on myself, my career, my hobbies, my friends. I traveled, I learned, I grew. And with each day, the memory of her betrayal became less of a weight and more of a lesson. I discovered that leaving wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something better. Eventually, I stopped thinking about her entirely. I was no longer defined by her actions or my heartbreak. I had reclaimed my life, my peace, and my dignity. Walking away was the hardest thing I had ever done, but it turned out to be the best decision I could make. And that realization, that leaving was my power, not my loss, was what shocked her the most.